what are we reviewing?
We are reviewing Alexander Porter's Confessions of a 40-something fuck-up.
Okay, so the first question, what did you think of the main character?
I loved her. I felt she was real. She's obviously a bit older than me, but I felt that her problems, her life challenges that she told us about were real. So, and they were relatable.
Yeah.
And even the time in which it was written, it's really recent. So, you know, she speaks about things that I understand, you know, podcasts and, you know, hashtags.
Okay, so what did I think about the main character? Yeah, I also thought that she was real. She was relatable, and she like a lot of us felt a lot of pressure because of she felt like it's not where her friends are, but because of they never talk about, like, they're never vulnerable to that extent, so she didn't know that we are in the same boat. So yeah, I really loved her.
Me too.
And then were the characters and their problems believable?
Yes.
It was as if you're watching a movie, actually.
Yes.
Yeah, it felt so much like a movie. So what was the book central question and how was it answered?
I'm not sure what the central question was, but I understand the theme of the book. You know, life challenges, starting over, being brave and facing your fears. I think that's what the book is really about, and I think it's very appropriate. I mean, it's going to be everyone's reality. Challenges do not discriminate. You know, they come for everyone. True. She was real about it. She didn't sugarcoat anything, really. Sometimes I think her mouth needs to be washed with some soap. But
well, she's 40.
You
are not 40, Moto.
Right. But really, I think there was a theme, and I think it answered it. It gives you hope in a very witty and in a very realistic way.
Yeah. There's a part in the book where she says she was feeding some ducks at the park, and this is like just my favorite. Like, after reading this book, I can never forget that quote or the scene, or that part where she says, as she was watching the ducks like just floating above water, you know, and then she was like, these ducks are just like us, because when you look at them, like, at face value, like, they're just swimming there, like, so peaceful, you know, like nothing is happening underneath. But if you go underneath, they are just paddling. They are like,
and trying to stay afloat.
Yeah, like, aren't we all just trying to, you know, like,
just keep our head above water?
Yeah, and then maybe that's also why they are now saying like, don't look like your problems, you know, things like that. Because now people look at you and they're like, yeah, now child. But
meanwhile,
because you don't want to look like a problem, you know. So, what was the book's central question?
Maybe it doesn't have a central question, or maybe the central question can be,
or maybe it's not even a
question.
Start
over?
Yeah, or maybe it's not even a question. Maybe it's just like, you know, a statement. You know, saying that you can easily like just change your mind. It's okay to change your mind and say, you know, this life is not working out for me, and I'm starting over, and this is what's going to happen. And she's just a good example of that, because sometimes our fears get the better of us. You want to start over, but then because of now you're just overthinking, you're all in your mind, like, now I have to start this, now people are going to see me back at home, now people are going to see me Uno, you know, for just argument's sake, nothing wrong with Uno, but you know how it is. Like you just feel like I'm dropping from guy to guy. But yeah.
Yeah, the book the silver linings. Sometimes, or not sometimes, but try not to spend a lot of time looking at closed doors.
Yeah.
Because sometimes the door is closed for you to find another one that's open, that has greater potential.
But when the door closes, a window opens.
Yeah, and that's exactly what happened to her. It's really unfortunate. The challenges that she was exposed to, the hurt, the humiliation and all of that. It was really unfortunate. But beyond that, she was able to find love. She was also able to find her purpose.
Yeah.
A hobby turned into a job that was fulfilling for her. So,
yeah, I think everyone in their 30s, I mean, they say Confessions of a 40-something fucker, but if you read this in your 30s,
it's so relatable.
It's so relatable. Because, I mean, like, you find yourself asking yourself most of the time, like, because I think it's everyone is just like, because, okay, when I was growing up, I always thought by a certain age I would have figured life out. But then as we go along, I'm just starting to think maybe life I can figure out. Maybe this is what it is.
Because which part are you figuring out?
No.
Because every age you're doing for the first time.
Yes.
So which one are we trying to figure out?
So I'm just saying, like, this book, I think, and it's weird because it's fiction, and I still liked it, and it was still relatable.
It's very relatable, and it's thick, but it's because it's written in such an easy way.
Yeah.
The writing is really witty and very humorous. It's very easy to get through the book.
Yeah, it is.
And the font is not.
Yeah, it's not small.
It's not small.
It's such a big font, actually.
So maybe it's the font that made the book quite thick. But yeah, don't let the thickness of the book deter you. It was a really lovely book. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. So, and that is it.